People of Slovenia, Macka B say it's about time they legalize the marijuana all over the world. Yeah.
So greetings to all listeners here at RiddimOperator radio show and followers of Reggae.Si. Today we are speaking with the legendary Macka B. First of all, thank you for your time.
Yes, I agree. Nice talking to you. That's it.
I bet everybody in Slovenia already knows you, but still, can you shortly introduce yourself to our followers?
Yeah, man, this is Macka B, the big Rasta man, Macka B, reggae artist from the UK, via Jamaica, via Africa. Been recording music for a long time, over 30 years. I'm still here, you know, Macka B.
Yeah, thank you. How did you came up with the name Macka B? I mean, how?
Yeah, first it was from the Bible. When we was young, we were looking in the Bible to become Rastafari when we were young at school. So when I was looking for a name, my name was Mac something. So everybody used to call me Macka. So when I started DJ and looking for a name, I was reading about the Maccabeans in the Bible. And they were like warriors, you know. So I saw that within myself, you know, as a warrior. So we just call the name Macka B. But later in life, I get to read a lot of things. I realize that some of the Bible is plagiarized, meaning it's copied from other sources. So I was reading a book called The Africans Who Wrote the Bible, and in it was some names they say were really African names. So I saw Macka B, and Macka B in the Akan language means one who talk what he has to talk, and one who say what he has to say. So that's the meaning of Macka B.
All right, nice. So let's go to your childhood. I read somewhere that you played the violin when you were younger.
Yeah, just for a little time, because the school, they asked us if we wanted to try some instruments. So the teacher said, will you try the violin? So I tried for a little time, but I find it wasn't really for me. Maybe the music I wasn't really into. Maybe I love the reggae too much, you know. So, but I give thanks still, because now I play the guitar now, which is a string instrument. So maybe it's a good apprenticeship for starting the guitar. So it got me into playing an instrument. So I give thanks for that.
So today your favorite instrument is guitar, I guess.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite. We love the drums as well, you know. Every beat of the drums is an African beat. We love the drums, you know. I love the bass guitar. I love a lot of instruments, but I mainly myself play the guitar, yeah.
All right. So, lucky for us music lovers, the factory where you took apprenticeship closed. If it didn't, what would you be doing there?
I was like a technical apprentice, you know, like technician. You know, it was a place where I made batteries, so I was into engineering. When I left school, I thought that, yeah, I'll be an engineer, and that would be my work, you know. Even though I love music, it was just like a hobby, you know. But as you say, the place closed down, so there was redundancy. So after that, I had to look for something else, and decided to take the music more serious. Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's go back to music, because this is what we are here for. Tell us a bit about your starting days. How did you get involved in music business? And I read that you formed Exodus Sound System. Is that system still playing, or?
No, that's gone a long time. Because first, when I was really young, like about 4 years old, my friend, his father had a sound system. And he used to live maybe 5 houses away from us. And every Saturday night they had a party in the house called a blues party. And we used to hear the music from the sound system, you know, the heavy bass line and the real nice music. So when I saw my friend the next day, I said, oh, the music was so nice. When we get older, we have to have a sound system. So So when we were older, like about 15, 16, the father gave the son that same sound system. The sound system was called Lord Barley. And he gave us the sound system. He gave it to the son, and we all joined the sound. And we decided to call it Exodus Sound because we were Rastafari youths at that time. So we called it Exodus Sound, like a movement of Jah people, you know. So that's how I got into the sound. But first, I wasn't the microphone man on the sound. I was just good to be with the sound, just to carry the boxes, just to buy the music. It was enough for me. But at home, I like to copy the DJs, you know. I like to copy I-Ride. I like to copy Big Youth, but I was a bit shy, you know. So one day we played at a youth club, and we set up the sound, and everybody said, all right, the sound is set up. We're going to go and get something to eat and come back. So I said, all right, I will stay here and watch the sound. So while everybody gone, the microphone was there, the sound was on. So I started to test out the sound, test out the microphone. And they turn around quick and say, oh, we didn't know you could talk on the microphone like this. So you have to start to talk on the microphone on the sound system from now. So that's why I started to talk on the sound, you know. And then I started to make my own lyrics and do my own style. And the people, they love it, you know. So that's how I really started, you know.
Super nice. Then on, you were also in a band called Pre-Wax.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
How do you remember those days?
Yeah, they were nice times, you know, because at first, as I say, it was just sound system, you know. But I used to love watching the bands play, you know, and one day somebody from the band, Pre-Wax, invited me to come to a rehearsal. I said, we like your style, we'd like you to DJ with the band, you know, because the band had some singers, they wanted me to DJ, so I DJed with the band, and it was good because what I am doing now, I mainly work with the band. So I've been working with bands for like from the 70s. So I know the band work, you know, I know the style. It's like an apprenticeship, you know. When you're in a factory, you do apprenticeship first, then you do the real work. So I did my apprenticeship with the sound system. So I love sound system, I know sound system. And I did it with the band as well, working with the musicians as well, you know. So it was a good thing, you know. I'm glad that I really did that from such an early age.
In 1982, you visited Jamaica for the first time.
Yeah, man, because my parents I was born in England. My parents are from Jamaica. Most of my family is in Jamaica. My sisters, my brothers, they're all in Jamaica. Most of them were in Jamaica. So in 82, we went with a youth club. And there was 30 of us. We went to Jamaica. 30 school children went to Jamaica. And then we went to Montego Bay.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for a week, and then we went to stay with our families for another week. And it was a great experience, you know, really nice vibes. You know. I remember one time we went into a club, and my friend said, Macka, ask them to go on the microphone. So I asked if I could go on the microphone, and they said, go on, you know, and I did some lyrics, and the people liked it, you know. They said, yeah, you must carry on, and, you know, do the DJ thing more, you know. So it gave me encouragement, you know, that to find that even when I was in Jamaica, people in Jamaica like my style. So it made me have more confidence in myself and made me carry it on more serious, you know.
Yeah, that was my follow-up question. If my information is right, soon after your trip to Jamaica, you won a DJ competition.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's correct.
Did the trip to Jamaica help you with that? I mean, how?
Yeah, man, definitely, because I feel the vibes, you know. I felt those vibes for the first time, you know. Although I feel the vibes, like, from my parents, because when they brought us up, it's like Jamaican style we bring up, you know. We eat Jamaican style, we listen to reggae music, you know. So, but when you first go to Jamaica, you smell the air and you feel the vibration, you know. And get some of the good herbs, you know. It's like a great thing, you know. So it all helped, you know, made me build lyrics more, made me more serious and think, yeah, I can make a career out of this. So.
Yeah. So by then you were involved in the sound system and you were DJing, but what was your first solo song as a singer?
The first solo song was a song, it never really get big, but it was for a label in London called Sapphire label. A man called Papa P. He produced it. He passed away now. But it was a song about a letter to Margaret Thatcher. You know, it's like Macka B write a letter to Margaret Thatcher, telling her that I can run the country better than her. You know, so it was a lyrics like that. You know, so it wasn't a big tune, but that was the first one, and the first real tune where really come out, where people start to notice Macka B was Bible Reader. And that came out on the Fashion record label, you know, because the way that music come out is I was playing in a dance, a sound system dance with Wasifa Sound from Birmingham, and we were playing against Saxon Sound. And Saxon Sound at the time, they were the most popular sound. Yeah. What do you mean? There was big Timber Iris, Papa Levi, you know, Smiley Culture, Rest in Peace, Maxi Priest, all these people were on Saxon Sound. And we played them in a place called Leicester in England. And we played good, you know, and we mash up the dance, you know, and the people, they love Macka B lyrics, you know, and people going crazy, you know. And then there was a cassette tape of the dance, and somebody sent it to Fashion Records in London. And when they hear the cassette, they say, we want to work with Macka B right away. So they called me to London. So that's when I did the tune Bible Reader and on the Stalag Rhythm, and it became very popular, you know. People on BBC start playing it, and, you know, people start to hear the name Macka B, you know, so it was nice.
Super. So your first LP was released under the Arriva label, Signs of Times.
Yeah.
How did the connection with Mad Professor happen?
Yeah, that was another good connection, because after I won the competition, one of the prizes was to go on the radio on BBC. So I went on the radio and talked some lyrics, and people like it. And some people heard some of my lyrics, and they were doing a TV show on the BBC called Ebony. So it come on like for 6 weeks, and every week they wanted me to come on and do a lyrics about something that was happening in the community. That's what I did. And Mad Professor, he saw one of these shows, and he sent a message, say he wouldn't mind work with me, you know, because I like my lyrics.
Yeah.
I went to his studio, he played me some music. I said, all right, I like your music. You like my lyrics? Let's make an album, you know. So we made an album called Sign of the Times, and it became very popular.
Yeah, that album reached #1 spot in reggae charts.
Yeah, #1.
How did that reflect on you as an artist? I mean,
yeah, man, it feels good. The first album, you know, and everybody saying how great it was and all this, you know, and I'm a humble man, you know, but when all the papers are saying, yeah, it's great, and they love this album, and it starts to make us go to different places, you know, different places start to call, you know, places in Europe, places in America, you know, so it was a great thing. I think, yeah, I can make a career out of this, you know, so music was my life, you know.
Niceness, yes, because you were also one of the first artists to tour the former Yugoslavia, also here in Slovenia in '88.
Yeah, man, I remember, man.
Do you remember? Yeah, I was just wanted to ask you, how was it in that time? I mean, how did that came up for you to?
I don't know. That was like my professor got the booking, you know. I don't know. It was a festival, and
all right.
There were so many people was there, you know. I remember it was like a forest, you know. It was like, it's unbelievable, because when you're in the UK, you don't know, say, reggae music is so popular outside of the UK. You think it's just England and Jamaica, you know. When you travel, you find that reggae music is big all over the world, and all over Yugoslavia, you know. You never think in your mind that, wow, they love reggae music in Yugoslavia and Slovenia and these kind of places, you know. So it was really a good thing to see, and the response for the people was good. You see, there were people there who they are socially aware of things, you know. People who like to hear a message, you know. People who are dealing with certain issues and things, you know. So it was a great thing. I remember it. Nice, you know.
Yeah, you've been in our country plenty of times. What is your opinion about our country? I mean, the reggae scene, like.
Yeah, man, it's nice. The people, the response we always get is really good, you know. The people know good reggae music, you know. Like, you get a lot of reggae music, so you know it, you know. And the festivals like Overtime, they're known all over the world, you know, people know it, and all the artists say, yeah, it's a really good festival, you know, and Slovenian crowd, they're always really nice, you know, so we just give thanks, you know. Some people call it Slovenia, you know.
Yeah, we call it Slovenia, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a vibe, you know, so we give thanks, you know.
Thank you. Let's go back a little bit to your music. The song Gangsta. It's a mad song. It has a story behind the video as strong, if not stronger, than the lyrics.
Yes.
2 kids that were supposed to be featured in the video got shot, if I am correct.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
What do you think is the main problem in Jamaica with guns and violence? And I mean, who is there to blame?
What I would say is like, it's not just Jamaica, you know. It's like
it's all over the world. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's all over the world. Yeah, but Jamaica follow America a lot now, you know. And it's glamorized too much, you know. There's too much gangster films where the gangster is the hero, you know. And sometimes the gangster he doesn't get killed, and you know it's not reality. They don't show that the gangster is like either death or prison, you know. It's like, but they show the gangster getting away and all the girls with all the girls and all the cars.
The glamorous life, not the
glamorous.
bad part.
No, they don't really show the bad part. Just the glamorous part, and the young people, when they see this, they think, well, yeah, this.
Yeah, they glorify it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is the way forward. You know, they want to do these kind of things, you know, and then within the music as well, it's glamorized too much, you know, and it's played too much, you know, for the youth. You know, it's not balanced, you know. I can't say people can just only talk about peace and love, because that's not reality in the world, you know, but it must be balanced more, you know. There's too much of that, you know, and there's too much of a disregard for human life, you know, and people are becoming desensitized to killing and all these kind of things, you know, for what they're watching and what they're hearing, you know. So it must really start from the media, you know. If somebody is thinking of some gangster thing and he's listening to Bob Marley, One Love, he might start thinking different. But if he's listening to a song and say, let's go and kill everybody, he's going to go that way, you know. So
music got a great influence in people, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, music is very powerful. We cannot underestimate the power of music, and we have to try use it for good. You know?
True. Thank you for that answer. So you are very involved in healthy food eating. Your last album called Health is Wealth. How did you get involved in healthy foods? I mean, what was the motivation behind it?
Something I've been into from a long time. From I was 16, I stopped eating meat, you know. From I was 16, I stopped eating meat. Continue with the fish a little bit, but afterwards, a little while, I stopped eating the fish, you know. I started to look at what I was eating, the reality of what I was eating, you know. Looking at this thing and say, well, no, it's not food, it's an animal, you know. And I wasn't really comfortable with it anymore, you know. And I remember before I used to get like bad stomach ache, you know, gastritis, you know, and it used to really make me sick, you know, and pain in the stomach and thing. And I was reading and I realized a lot of people, especially black people, are lactose intolerant, cannot digest the milk, you know. So I stopped the milk, the dairy product, and the gastritis disappeared, you know. Never had gastritis again. So it made me realize that the food has a lot to do with your health, you know, and it's like medicine, you know, and they don't really teach you about food a lot, you know, even in the doctors, they don't know a lot about nutrition. It's all about drugs all the time, but some things can be reversed just through eating good, you know, and we decided to tell this to the people, you know, because there's too many unnecessary people dying, you know, too many funerals, you know, too many people with certain illnesses where they don't need to have, you know, and it doesn't take a big money to really alleviate their illness, you know. So that's why we decided to do things like Wanna Eat Wednesday, try to encourage people to eat vegan food who never eat vegan food before, and Medical Monday, trying to tell people the goodness of the fruits and vegetables, you know. And instead of telling people you shouldn't do this, don't eat meat, don't do that, don't do that, we just concentrate on the positive and say, you know, this fruit is so good for you. It's got these vitamins in. It's got antioxidants which can help you, you know. It's anti-inflammatory, can help with your pain and all these kind of things. And all these things are here. You know, Jack give them to all of us, you know, so we can just partake of them, you know. And it's becoming really popular, you know, all over the world. People are tuning in, you know. Some of the posts are gone viral, you know, like millions and millions of views. So we just give thanks. It's just how I am, you know. So we just give thanks that people gravitate towards the message, you know.
True. I guess from the biggest hit from this album, Health is Wealth, was Cucumber, right?
Yeah, the Cucumber.
Yeah, Cucumber. Yeah, Cucumber. Yeah, true.
Yeah, the Cucumber. Yeah, it got shared all over the world. It went viral, you know. It's national papers, you know. Big movie stars start sharing it, and you know, got over hundreds of millions of views. You know? So it just, as we say, we give thanks, you know. It's making people wake up, and a lot of young people are tuning into the message, and a lot of mothers, they send messages to me saying they give thanks that the young people are listening, and they're changing the way they eat. You know, they're eating so much fast food and so much meat and all these kind of things. So it's working, and we give thanks.
Well, over the years, you have you yourself, you have a very original style. All the years, how do you manage to find the inspiration? I mean, what's the will behind it?
Yeah, man, I just Rastafari, you know. We just keep ourselves clean, you know. Healthy eating, healthy mind, you know. And I'm a big family man, you know. I love my family, you know. So my wife and my children, and we are a unit, you know. So I don't have no worries like that, you know. It's like a very nice household, you know. So it's calm, you know. When it's calm, then you can think of more things. Your mind is more open and more clear, you know. So I don't have only for worries and, you know, worry about this and worry about that. I just give thanks for life, you know. And you find the inspiration, it just comes, you know. And we have to give thanks for the herb as well, you know. Jackie with the herb, you know. So, you know, when you have the herb as well, the inspiration, it just comes, you know. So that's why it is from then until now, you know. Yeah.
True. Your last tune, Come Again, is a collab with Tokyo.
Yeah. Tokyo, yeah.
That is not the first tune you did with them.
No, don't stop the song for the first.
How did you meet Beam One Production?
Yeah, it's just over the internet, you know. It's just that thing, you know. Somebody send you a message, I email, and they say we like to work, and they send you a rhythm, and you like the rhythm. It becomes like that, you know. So that's how we came together. But I went to Japan 2 years ago, and I met them as well, you know. I met Beam One, you know. It's a good vibe. It was in the dance as well, and they let's play there and Don't Stop the Sound in Tokyo, you know. It was nice. Mash up the place. Yeah.
Your first release with them was Don't Stop the Sound, if I'm correct?
Yeah, Don't Stop the Sound. Yeah, man. Good things there, you know.
Good tune, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get a little bit, just a little bit personal. What kind of music does Macka B like? Only reggae or anything else?
Yeah, man, I listen mostly to reggae still, you know. I love reggae music. I love the conscious reggae music, you know. So right now I'm listening to some Dennis Brown, some Culture, Twinkle Brothers, you know. I'd never stop listening to them, Abyssinians. You can just listen to them every day, you know, for the rest of my life, you know. But it's not just reggae I listen to. I will listen to some soul music as well. Like some of the conscious soul, you know, like some Stevie Wonder songs are really conscious. Curtis Mayfield, you know.
True, yeah.
From the lyrics are good, you know, and the music is nice, and I can listen to it. Even some of the new ones, you know, some of the new rappers and things. If the lyrics are good, like, you know, some of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and some of them, you know. If you have a good message, then I listen to it. But if the message is not good, I don't want to listen to it, you know. I don't want to mess up my mind, you know. Because your mind is on, it can only hold X amount of things, you know. So if you fill it up with rubbish, your brain is just going to be full of rubbish. You don't know what to do. So only let good things come into your mind, you know.
All right. The follow-up question would be, what upcoming artist would you recommend to the youth today? I mean...
Yeah, man, there's some, well, in Jamaica, you know, there's the Ibermars and good Kabaka Pyramids, you know, the Chronics, you know, everybody knows that they're really good artists, you know, and Janine, and in the UK you have some Royal Sounds, you know, some youth. I'm actually going to do an album with some youth as well, some conscious youth, some different youth, and we started the album already, you know, so there are some conscious youth in the UK, you know, so Rasta youth, so I'm going to produce, you know, people like Sonite of RI, you know, and even like the youth like Randy Valentine, he's a good youth, you know, he's doing good things as well, you know.
Sure. Well, I can't wait to hear that album.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be nice.
Maybe for the very end, also you will be performing this year at Overjam Festival.
Yes.
So you already been there. Maybe a quick message for all the Slovenian people, reggae listeners and reggae lovers.
Yeah, man. So Macka B is forwarding live and direct again with the Roots Reggae Band, you know. That's why everybody come out and support, you know. Some people been supporting me from 88. All the people from 88, you know, come again, you know, get fit again, put on your dancing shoes, you know, and feel like you're 20 years old again, you know. So you're Macka B, you know, we do some of the old and we do some of the new, you know. So we give thanks, you know, all the reggae lovers. We love Overjam Festival, you know, we love the Slovenia vibe, you know. So looking forward to seeing everyone.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. Yeah,
I can't wait to see you perform at Overjam, and I hope we can meet there and talk a little bit there.
Yes, I give thanks. Greetings, this is the big Rasta man, Macka B. Now it's all about Reggae.Si. Yes, I. Check them out on the internet. Don't fret. Yes, I am.